let's first start off with how the Asian markets are faring this morning. And it's a relatively subdued start there as well. It was a quiet session on Wall Street. Indices ended below the flat line, and most of the indices across the Asia Pacific are also trading below the flat line. The Hang Seng is down 0.3%, the Taiwanese index is down by a quarter, the Nikkei is down by a quarter, the Kospi, the South Korean index, the outperformer of the year, down around 0.5%, and the Shanghai Composite too trading just below the flat line. So most of the indices are trading in the red, but not alarmingly lower ahead of an important decision from the US Federal Reserve that takes place later this week. And pull up the GIFT Nifty though, and after the kind of session that we had yesterday, the implied open showing no signs of that abating as of now. 106 points lower is what the implied open is suggesting. So we are most likely to open gap down, and today also happens to be the weekly expiry of the NSE contracts, so that volatility will also have to be taken into consideration. But to set you up for today's trade, our research team is here with the trade setup, stocks that are likely to be in the news, and of course the setup on the FNO side of things as well. Firstly, Vivek is here to get all the market cues we need to watch out for today. Vivek, good morning.
Well, good morning. Market cues, especially given the kind of fall that we saw yesterday, not looking too good. In fact, even overnight, all of the US indices managed to end with marginal cuts. Along with that, oil prices too ended lower, almost 2%. Brent now hovering around the $62.5 a barrel mark. Now, yesterday's market action was extremely weak. In favor of the declines, major pain across the broader markets. Broader markets advance decline ratio was very, very weak. Along with that, Nifty failed to hold on to the 26,000 level as well. Almost 46 stocks out of the 50 in the Nifty ended in the negative territory. The mid-cap index saw the biggest fall in over 4 months, and along with that, most of the sectoral indices, in fact, especially the defense and the realty, saw significant selling pressure. Now, along with that, two stocks that clearly stood out in terms of weakness: Interglobe Aviation, all of the words regarding the kind of passenger fallout that's been seen. Along with that, analysts pointing out elevated cost structures, and Keynes Technologies continues to fall almost 30% lower the last 4 to 5 trading sessions. Now, in terms of IPO action, primary market action, Corona Remedies, that's particular IPO has been subscribed 62%. Wakefit IPO has been subscribed 15%. Key cues to watch out for: remember, the Fed meet starts off today. Asian markets, GIFT Nifty, all of them indicating a negative or a mild start to our markets today.
Vivek, thank you for that update. Over to Ria for the stocks that you need to keep an eye out for today. Ria, good morning. What's on your list?
Well, good morning, Homer. Starting off with M&M, which has come out with its business update for the month of November. Total sales volume has gone up by 19.6% compared to the previous year at roughly 91,839 units. Even the total production volume has gone up by around 18.4% on a year-on-year basis. ICICI Bank has executed a share purchase agreement to buy 2% of stake in ICICI Prudential AMC for roughly 2,140 crores. Siemens will be in focus after approving the sale of its low-voltage motor segment to Inomatics India. The sale is valued at an enterprise value of roughly 2,200 crores, and the deal is expected to be closed by June of 2026. L&T will be in focus since the board has approved the transfer of its realty business undertaking to an arm of the company through a slump sale, and with this they will be consolidating the realty business of the company. And lastly, Welspun Corp is the one to keep your eye out on, since an associate company of the company has bagged an order worth roughly 1,165 crores from the Saudi Water Authority.
Ria, thank you for those stocks that should be on your radar today. And lastly, Sudarshan joins in with cues from the FNO space. Sudarshan, good morning. It could not hold on to 26,000, but what's the FNO data indicating on the weekly expiry today?
So normally the term of Monday blues is for when we start the day, but it felt like through the day and after market closed, it was like a Monday blue. We felt that, and we saw a big fall. There was no indication from anywhere that we would see a big fall. And what has led to that big fall? Big selling in by FIs in the futures and options. You take a look at index futures, index options, stock futures, stock options. Wherever FIs got the opportunity, they have just done one thing. That's the heavy selling, and that led to big fall, and Nifty just did not even manage to hold to the levels of 26,000. That was the key level of 20-day moving average. Now the next support goes to as low as 25,600. So just look at the index flows. In the index futures, FIs have sold more than 3,400 crore. In the stock futures, they have sold more than 1,300 crore, and similar picture was seen even in the index options and other things. Now FI's long exposure has reduced to 12%. They have reduced long positions by more than 950 contracts, but In front of that, in the short side, they have added more than 16,200 contracts. Now look at what happens to PCR. Put call ratio has slipped to 0.6 versus previous day's level of 1.22. So the indication is that now we have gone into oversold zone. So GIFT Nifty is today indicating a fall of 100 points. I don't think that we would see a fall of 100 points if we go by the put call ratio and considering the yesterday's fall. So what has happened in the option market? On the call side, 26,100 and 26,000 have seen huge call writing where there was an increase in the open interest in the range of 1.42 to 1.84 crore shares, while on the put side, 26,000 put has seen shedding of more than 97 lakh shares and their premium has increased to 85. So support, as I told you, 25,600 for Nifty. Resistance remains around record high of 26,300. For Nifty Bank, support would be around 59,030 and resistance would be around 60,100. Most of the stocks have seen fresh shorting. Now, Godrej Properties, DLF, Bharat Dynamics, Piramal Pharma, all these stocks have seen fresh shorts and 3 stocks remain in the band: Bandhan Bank, Sammaan Capital and Kaynes Technologies.
Sudarshan, thank you for all those updates there from the F&O space as well.